Hello everyone, my name is Gulamuddin with my group members Sunita, Anas, Ali Hussein, and Uruj. We have been assigned the task of interviewing an entrepreneur. So, for that purpose, we are here with the founder and chief executive officer of the Josh Tours company, Master Hammad Shakil. Master Hammad Shakil is the young, talented, and energetic entrepreneur. He has found this company back in 2015. He has survived the very long term of coronavirus pandemic. We will know about the company and the struggle he has been doing since founding this company.
Okay, how did you identify the need opportunity of establishing a traveling agency and how did you access those opportunities?
Basically, as I said that initially I was not a full-time tour operator. I started this career because of the hobby to explore new places. So I find a big gap in the market because due to the unrest situation in our country, many of the tourist places were not accessible to the general public. Especially talking about Balochistan, these places were not previously explored by the general public. Few adventure enthusiasts go on their own on like 4x4 or on their bikes. They have the knowledge about different places. So talking about the general public, whenever I used to share that there are so many beautiful beaches in Balochistan, nobody know about it. So I thought that there is a big and huge market gap, so I start filling it. I created a company named as the Josh Tours back in 2015, and started convincing people to go and explore Balochistan. So my first trip was around like 28%. I took there in September 2015. That was the first trip of my company, and then I realized that there is a huge market that I have to cater. If I will be having some like proper strategies to market my products, eventually one day I will be able to do this career as a full time. So that's the opportunity I think, and I thought that it was the right time to start my company.
All right. Uh, sir, will you tell us about the initial strategies to take off your business?
The initial strategies, basically whenever you start your business, there is no strategy. The only strategy that you need is like commitment. If you are committed to something, if you want to do something, automatically your brain will start doing some brainstorming, and you will eventually have some new ideas to work on. So the main thing that was required, the strategy.
What were the challenges and difficulties you faced during the initial stage of your business and what strategies did you use to tackle with those challenges?
Um, the initial challenges and difficulties that you are talking about, there are many kind of challenges. Like there is a social pressure as well. There is family pressure as well. Being from the middle class family, I have to face these kind of cons as well. This kind of people who used to say that you are running your whole life, why you are taking so much risk in your life to do a startup when you can do any job easily. So these were the initial challenges when you have to feed your family as well. You don't want to disturb your kitchen money, and still you want to take some risk in your life while having a family. So these were the initial basic challenges that I faced in my life when I started my career. But I alhamdulillah pop up these things with dedication and struggle. I make a team of it, and then those team members really contribute their efforts in making my company again.
All right. So, will you tell us about the major business operations? How did you tackle that?
Well, in tourism sector, there are many operations that are part of the business. Talking about some major parts, it's logistics and then transport, then hotel accommodation. Basically, we are from a service industry, so it's not more than it's not like a product thing. No? For example, if you are buying a cup, you can easily see what's the main product. But in talking about the service industry, you have to give the customer a complete experience. So main thing is experience. So I worked on experience kind of thing that whenever my customer join any of my group or plan any trip with my company, they go back home with a complete experience. Whenever they close their eyes, they get the fresh memories of the trip and they get excited.
What makes you different from your competitors? What innovation did you bring in your business that made you stand out in the industry?
Well, in domestic tourism sector, everyone is doing the same kind of thing. My approach to do work is like I don't think about profits in the first stage. I think about the customer first. I think that if your customer is loyal to you and he or she is satisfied with your services, eventually they will pay you your desired price if you are giving them the services that they want. So I believe in quality services. I always believe that if you are giving the customer a good experience, price doesn't matter. Everyone has their own buying power, and it's up to you how you convince people. Either you are selling on the price factor, or either you are selling on the quality and the service standard that you are giving to their.
All right. Uh, Sir, will you tell us about the initial strategies to take off your business?
The initial strategies, basically, whenever you start your business, there is no strategy. The only strategy that you need is like commitment. If you are committed to something, if you want to do something, automatically your brain will start doing some brainstorming, and you will eventually have some new ideas to work on. So the main thing that was required, the strategy.
All right, Anthony, is the human resource strategies. How did you manage the human resource strategies?
Uh, let's be honest, talking about the human resource factor, when you starting your own company, this is not a challenge because you are your own boss. You are the peon, you are the boss, you are the CEO, you are everything. You are basically running your own company on your own way. It's up to you that you make the things compromise, like complex by thinking about that I have no human resource, I have no resources, or else you think about the second side of the picture that I have to do this thing, I have to make things possible for the newcomers whenever they join my company. The difficulty that I face, they will not be facing those difficulties, and the things will be smooth for them. So initially, there is no human resource. There is only one human or two human who are the founder of the company. So I started when I started, I was the only one that was doing this work. So as time passes, automatically people start to join me, and the human resources sector was fulfilled.